Hi, I'm John. Today I want to show you some of the crimping tools that are part of our product line. The majority of them are Ratchet crimp tools, but we'll go into each tool specifically to talk about some of their features and benefits. The first one in our line is our T-R-40. The benefit or value of a Ratchet crimp tool is it's going to give you the proper force every time you make a crimp, regardless of the user. This one is our most economical of all the Ratchet tools that we offer. It's been calibrated for our heat shrink terminals and will not cut through the heat shrink tubing. It has 3 crimp nests. The one at the tip is the red one for 22 to 18, the second is the blue for 16 to 14 gauge, and the third is the yellow for 12-10 gauge. It has a narrow crimp profile, which makes it easy to position the tool on the crimp barrel. This tool is our multi-purpose cutting, stripping, and crimping tool, which is part number T-R-15. It has 2 cutting stations, one at the nose, a second behind the bolt. It also has stripping stations here for 10 to 24 gauge wire. All of these are precision ground to give clean cuts of the insulation or wire. It also has a crimping mechanism. It has 3 crimp nests here at the front. The first one is for 26 to 14 gauge, the second is for 12 to 10, and the last one is for non-insulated connectors. It also allows you to cut and rethread machine screws from size 4 to number 10. Our next Ratchet crimp tool is our T-R-53. What's unique about this crimp tool, it has 4 crimp nests going from 26 gauge wires down to 10 gauge wire. They've all been calibrated for our heat shrink terminals, which will not damage the tubing when crimping. Again, the benefit and value of a Ratchet tool is it provides the proper force every time you crimp it, regardless of the user. You can see the 4 crimp nests in the nose of the tool. The white one is for 26 to 24, the red 22 to 18, the blue 16-14, the yellow 12-10. It also has a releasing mechanism here which will allow you to release the tool if it's not properly aligned on the crimp barrel. Let's move on to our T-R-50 Ratchet crimp tool. This is our premium tool. This is UL listed with all of our heat shrink terminals. It is calibrated specifically for them not to damage the heat shrink insulation when you crimp. Again, the benefit and value of a Ratchet crimp tool is that it gives you the proper force required for each wire termination. This tool has 4 crimp nests. The first one is a red crimp nest designed for 22 to 18 gauge wires. The second is for the blue one for 16 to 14. The third is the yellow for 12-10. And the final one, again, is another red crimp nest for 8 gauge wires. It also has the same release mechanism. So if the tool is not properly aligned on the crimp barrel, you can release this. Again, this is our premium tool that is UL listed with the majority of our heat shrink terminals, which is our part number T-R-50. Our final product line is our T-R-50-Kit-1, which is comprised of our T-R-50 Ratchet crimp tool and 6 interchangeable crimp nests that are all compatible with this tool. Now let's get into the specifics. This kit includes 6 different crimping dies. The first crimping die is the one already on the tool, which is designed for heat shrink terminals from 22 gauge to 8 gauge. The next crimping die is for heat shrink terminals as well, from 26 gauge to 10 gauge. The next crimping die is for insulated terminals that require double crimping. The next crimping die is for close-end connectors. The next one is for flag terminals for red and blue. And the final crimping die is for open barrel crimp terminals. This kit also has a terminal locator which can be used with the open barrel crimp die. All of these dies are interchangeable with this tool, and to do so, the kit comes with an Allen wrench to remove the set screws to interchange these crimp dies.